There are lots of reasons to buy a bell tent, and one of my reasons was that they have a reputation for being very weatherproof. But if I'm honest, I really meant in my head waterproof. Our first season of camping in our 5-metre bell tent, we didn't have any high winds, but we often have it up in the garden between trips, and eventually there came a storm weekend where I didn't have time to take it down first. And this is what happened. So we've got a storm forecast this weekend, and as you can see the wind is already picking up. It's supposed to be about 40 miles an hour already, going up to about 60 miles an hour at full force overnight. So I thought I'd show you what it looks like now. It's flapping about a bit on the tent protector, isn't it? But the tent's not actually moving very much, so all okay for now. And we'll have a look after the storm and see how it's got on. It was Storm Esher this weekend, and the winds were in excess of 60 miles an hour, 90 kilometres an hour overnight. So as you can see, the tent has got some lines lost. Oh, look, the short guy pole's gone there. The tent protector, look, there's a line come off that as well. I think the pegs have just pulled out in a few places, haven't they? Look, another line down there, the blue line. But not looking too bad at the moment. Let's have a look around here. Oh, okay. Bit of a major collapse here then. And the problem with this, of course, is that the water sits on top of it, so that's going to soak through the zip in places, I guess. So here's what that looks like inside. Lots of sagging, but it's a bell tent, so the centre pole does hold it up. Next time the tent was up in the garden when a storm hit, I was better prepared, and I did a bit more maintenance to avoid some of the collapse, but I still wouldn't really want to have been in it. So this is our 6-metre, 20-foot bell tent with a canopy on the front, pitched for good weather. But how do you prepare when high winds are forecast, and how did the tent cope when they hit? It's a really horrible weather day today. So the first thing I did was to pull the flaps down on the canopy, quite literally, taking out some of the poles and pulling the sides down nice and tight. And that makes it a bit more windproof and also helps to keep the rain away from the door. I also took a few things off. I've taken off the drying lines, I've taken off all decoration because they're just going to get blown away. I've also put on an extra guy line. This one here going to the front of the door is the original guy line for the tent, but you don't have to have that on with the canopy because this one will hold both the canopy and the tent. On a windy day, I use them both, and that extra line just gives us a bit of strength and confidence. And you can see I've used 2 pegs, again, just for extra security there. I've just checked that all the lines and pegs are tight and firm. The lines are attached to the tent by bungee, so they've got a bit of give, but that doesn't apply to the tent protector, so I am a bit worried about that. I could have pitched the guy lines very short because of the poles that we use to support them, but I haven't done that because if the poles fall over, that would mean the whole sides collapse. This way they'll go a bit saggy, but nothing major. This is what it looks like on the inside when you lose a guy pole, just a bit saggy, no problems. Get a better sense of the movement when you take a look at the washing that's hanging up here drying. Look at that. It's 50-mile-an-hour winds now. It's been absolutely howling all night. It's 5:30 in the morning. I've got another 4 or 5 hours of this. I popped out at midnight and absolutely no problems. But nothing has come down, not even a short guy pole. And here's what that looks and sounds like inside the tent. Despite all this noise and flapping, the girls are still fast asleep. It's the morning after the night before. It's 8 a.m. and we've still got very strong winds. They're due to start dying down around 10 a.m. But despite all that noise and flapping overnight, the tent is absolutely fine. Just looking round, I thought we might lose a couple of these short guy poles, which kind of gives us slightly saggy sides. But I don't think any of them have come down. I think they've done a good job. I did tighten the lines before I went to bed. I was also a little bit worried about the tent protector, the fly sheet. As you can see, the fly sheets get the wind underneath them very easily, and I have had the tabs ripped off one on another windy night. The other problem I've had is pegs pulling out of the ground. I mean, these rebars are super sturdy, but sometimes a combination of wind and I don't know, either, you know, whether it's soil composition, how wet the ground is, probably a mix of both. Sometimes the pegs just don't stay in, but no problem here. Amazing, it's all good. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more videos on glamping, please like or subscribe to our channel.